Welcome back to the channel, and today we're back in screwdrivers, and we're gonna be messing around with some aerodynamic stuff. I'm gonna try to see if I can actually make propellers and potentially fly. Last time we built this vehicle, which can technically break the sound barrier, but it takes a very long time to get up to that speed. I've just been trying to do the speed trap thing. I'm currently in almost 1,000th place with a 1077, but I keep having to do micro adjustments to my trajectory in order to hit that speed trap, and that keeps keeping me around this speed, because every slight little turn brings me back down to like 1070. Because after you teleport, you gotta kind of drift over to the right by 1.5 lanes here. So right about here, if I can start straightening out without losing too much speed. Uh-oh, I'm drifting too far to the right. Oh, this is good, this is good. All right, I'm gonna set a new record for myself here. Just stay straight. Look at that. Almost 2,000. Come on. There we go, 1096. That definitely beat my old record. Am I in the top 1,000? All right, there we go. I made it to the top 1,000. What a great way to start off the episode. So I want to try to, I've seen that people have used the spoiler pieces as propellers, and it actually seems to work pretty well. So what's it gonna be like to try to create something resembling like a prop plane or a helicopter or things like that? I'm just gonna start off with some experimentation and see what happens. All right, so we're starting with a new car. So this is something I have not tried at all. So this is just gonna be pure experimentation and just putting stuff down, seeing what happens. I haven't even really used aerodynamic blocks much at all for that matter. But what do I do? I'm gonna keep this super simple right now. And let's take a look here. So we got these things, the downforce wing. So I guess if you spin these like a fan, they work like a fan. How do they attach though? Okay, so we're gonna have to figure out how to attach them. I'm probably gonna have to use these connectors. So this is actually kind of weird. So if I attach that and then put that there, and then how does this attach? So this attach, so I need it to not attach like that. I need it to attach like this. Yeah. So I don't know which way this is gonna spin. Let's see what happens if we put an engine on here. Why isn't that showing that rotate? That should rotate, shouldn't it? If I spawn this in, does it work? Okay. That does a thing. How do you make this look like a propeller? So here's like the base attachment point. So I kind of want to, I need to have something, I need to have like a 4-way split or something. How do you do that? Okay, so I put that there and I put this here. That creates like a 2-way split. I need to create some distance. Does this attach right? Yeah, so that attaches right. So we have that go, I don't even know if that's the right direction or not. So we have this one attach in that direction. And then what we could do if you wanted a 4-prong propeller or a 4-blade propeller, we could do that. And then we do another one of these. Except, oh wait, we need that to go not vertically. We need that to go left and right. It's actually more complicated than I was expecting. Or is it? We get it to go left and right like this. So now I just need to make sure that this is the same amount of blocks away, which is actually not. Oh, I go like that and then I put a 3. No, this one's further. These need a 3. This is more complicated than I was expecting, just to build the shape of the propeller. So then these have to extend to the end. And then this one goes not on the end, but just in by 1. All right, that looks like the same distance, right? So we got 1, 2, 3. We got 3 units from the center. But then how do we need to get 1, 2, 3 from this center as well. So now that's 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Okay, this I think is propeller shaped. This is very big. How do I even like get down to wheels? Well, let me just spawn this thing in real quick. See if it spins. All right, it is going the opposite direction that I want it to. How do I change the desired direction of rotation? Because don't you kind of have to, well, I guess you use gearing, but this game kind of like automatically makes things turn in the right way for the wheels. Is it gonna do that with propellers where I don't have control over the direction? So, oh, it looks, you can actually see it spinning that way here too. What if I had the engine coming from the other side? No, okay, it's still the same. All right, in that case, I need to reverse all of these. So now, what does this do? All right, ready, go! I feel like it's kind of working. Now I just need to stabilize it. I will also give it a stronger engine. Okay, I got wheels. I think the wheels are gonna keep the propeller from hitting the ground. Let's see what happens. Ah! Okay, I don't think they keep the propellers from hitting the ground, unfortunately. It's also hard to tell if the propeller is even working, but I think there's an easy solution to this. There's a different attachment point on these where I can just have them be a block lower, essentially, so I'm gonna go with that. All right, let's see if this... I feel like I'm also gonna want more weight. We're just gonna have big old weights right there. All right. Torque is a problem, isn't it? I can't even, like... You know what? Maybe we spin too fast. All right, we could also do a dual propeller system where we got counter... Oh, no. This is going to be really annoying because I'm going to try to build a dual propeller system, which means I got to deconstruct this whole thing and rebuild it. I wish I could save modules and just, like, have them be one unit. Because if I split this out onto separate axles and then use gearing to make them spin in opposite directions, that's a possibility. But here, you know what? Let me replace this engine. Let's just go less powerful for now. All right, maybe this will just be, oh my goodness. I can't even tell right now if it's working at all. All right, let's go even less powerful then. Let's just go for like the weakest little electric engine. All right. Wow. We really do need the counter propellers. Okay. This is a lot harder to experiment with than I was expecting. And it makes it more difficult that we literally have to delete any parts that we want to move and rebuild it from scratch. So do I like rebuild the car? Do I rebuild the propeller? Well, I guess I'm gonna have to delete the propeller. Let me just, let's make a new vehicle though. So at least I have that one for reference. Or not new vehicle, but duplicate. All right, so now I gotta delete all this. Okay, so they're rotating the same direction right now. I need that to not happen. I feel like I can't be symmetric. I'm sure there's like a way to do this symmetrically, but this is a new thing for me, is actually paying attention to the direction that the gears are going, because I didn't have to do that before. So I'm sure there's like a tried and true method of like, here's a simple way to reverse your gear direction without making things super asymmetrical and awkward. But I'm probably gonna do the super asymmetrical and awkward thing because I'm figuring it out on my own. The other thing is making sure that they keep the same gear ratio so that they actually rotate at the same rate. I do know a way to do it. It requires the source of power to come from a single side though. Now the question is, are these even far enough for me to have the propellers without them conflicting with each other? Nope, that's a problem. This is definitely not far enough off to the side. This is gonna have to be really, really wide unless I make them one block less, which I could do. Actually, no, I can't. Yeah, so see, now I just did that experiment and I have to delete everything and start over again. Okay, so this is what I need. Instead of having a central drive shaft, I need two parallel drive shafts that are centered, because now these things cause each other to rotate in opposite directions, so that I need to translate that out, and then I will have a mirrored rotation rather than a parallel rotation. But problem right now is figuring out how to get my spacing actually out here. Okay, there we go. We're getting there. I don't know if this is a long enough distance to have two propellers next to each other, or if I need to go one more wider. So I am going to go one more wider just to play it safe, so I don't have to rebuild that propeller. Oh, that's not easy to do, because I can't put another attachment point in here. This is a solid attachment. That means I can just do this. Look at that. Now I get all these points. I can put this here and then attach that there. There we go. Okay, now I can build the fan off of these. Okay, I think I've got 2 propellers. And I think I have them angled to rotate the correct direction. This one's rotating in this direction. This one is rotating in this direction. Sure, I got to attach the engine. The engine is not attached right now. Let's do a little bit of that. Okay, now it is attached. So shall we try it? All right, so hopefully the gears work as intended and they cancel each other out. Okay, it's something. This is the weakest engine. I need to give myself some steering. All right, there we go. Steering enabled. Now let's replace the engine with something a little bit more powerful. All right. What's that noise? Well, let's see. It looks like it's spinning faster. Okay, let's just check our speed. 80, 90. We're gonna break 100. Okay, this is something, you know. My vehicle's a terrible design as far, like, I should be longer. But look at that, 120 kilometers an hour. All right, let's bump up the engine again. Do I even have room to put, like, one of the big engines on? The thing is, I can only have an engine on a single side because the engines always make them rotate in the same direction. And if I put them on one side and then one on the other, we're gonna have conflicting rotation direction. Unless, is there a setting? Configure, forwards and backwards. So if I reverse these, let me try this actually. Wait, would it have been that simple so I don't need all of this stuff to translate the gears? Like if I just literally put a gear right here, or an engine right here, and then an engine right here, but then I set one of them to have reversed controls. You can now see that there's clearly a conflict. These are rotating in the right direction, clockwise direction from this perspective. These are also rotating clockwise from this perspective, but the controls are reversed. So it should technically, when I press a button, be all good. All right, do I have them rotating the right direction? It looks like I do. Well, I made this way more complicated than it had to be. I just need one engine per propeller, and then I just reversed the controls. I never went into the actual engine configurations much, so it just wasn't something I thought of. So how big of an engine can I fit? Can I fit these engines here? Oh boy, I'm gonna put that engine there, and that engine there. This one gets reversed. All right, now let's see what happens. This is a huge increase in power. Can we break 120? That is the question. It doesn't feel as extreme as I would hope it would. I was seeing some crazy stuff that people were getting crazy instantaneous accelerations out of these things. It doesn't seem to have the same effect for me. Unless I don't have my aerodynamic pieces placed right, but we are slightly more powerful. 120 by 5 kilometers an hour, pretty much. Maybe they gotta be longer. Oh, I forgot about the carbon wing. Let me try putting the carbon wing on. Uh-oh, carbon wing's too long. Oh wait, no, I can just shorten these. All right, these are bigger. A lot more. Downforce 1,000? Wasn't the last one like 60 or something? All right, let's see how these feel. I hope I have them facing in the right direction. Let's see here. Well, we're going in the direction I want to go. It really doesn't feel a whole lot more powerful, but I believe it is because we're almost at 120 already. We're really not getting a whole lot extra out of it. It's probably just the shape of my vehicle is very not aerodynamic, I'm assuming. But that's a thing, I guess. We have propeller power. Our wheels, they don't have any power, so this is just a purely propeller power vehicle. I wonder if I get any increase from turbo. All right, I added some turbo to the propellers, and I didn't really max out my speed last time, so I'm not really sure what I'm even comparing to, but does it feel better? I don't know, it feels pretty comparable. Sounds comparable as well. I guess what I could do is add more engines. I don't know if adding more engines is gonna help at this point, or I feel like it kind of feels like I'm already maxing out. But if I make these bigger, these axles, I'll just give some more room. All right, now I got 3 engines on either side. Let's see if that feels different. All right, this doesn't feel any different with more power. So I just feel like it's literally the wind resistance itself No matter how much more power I put into it, I'm really just not that effective against the wind. So I don't know what I'm missing, but I wonder if this is like good or not, you know? What happens if I get some air? Whee! That kind of destroyed me a little bit, unfortunately. I seem to like be barely above the ground with these new wings. All right, now I'm kind of curious if I put some upside down spoilers, kind of like this, to give myself lift in the front. So these would essentially be wings. Is this gonna feel like I have any lift? I feel like I need to go faster for this, but let's just see what happens. All right, so far a whole lot of nothing. We did not have lift off. All right, I know this is probably gonna destroy me, but I want to just get some air. Oh, that looked like I had actual up force. Okay, I need to change. Oh, here's the thing. I need to change my my outputs actually. I'm gonna do space is forward. This way I actually have air control that is separate from my throttle control. All right, ready? Take off. This is something. This is actually kind of something. I feel like if I was lighter, I could fly. So maybe I don't need that many engines. Because now I kind of want to delete everything but the propellers. And then just build something as light as I can with wings. So it seems like this engine has the highest RPM to weight ratio, because this has 5,500 RPM, whereas this has 5,100 RPM, but more horsepower. I feel like our torque isn't really that much of an issue, and this one only has 5,700. So 5,500 for 30 kilograms versus 5,700 for 65 kilograms. So we get half the weight and near the same RPM. And we only get 4,000 max out of the electric engines. So yeah, I'm definitely gonna go with the Ignicore 250. Oh, this is exactly 15 blocks wide. That's kind of lucky. This is the largest piece I can use, and I can actually connect these to be a solid thing, which is going to be good for stability, I believe. Now let's take a look at, whoa, see, these things have massive wind resistance is kind of the problem. So now I don't know if there's a better way to attach these. Like, this is going to give more resistance. Does that make us go faster if we do it in that orientation versus this orientation? I don't know, but let's just stick with this for now. All right, let's add some engines to this thing. Just gonna add some of these. I don't know if 2 is really gonna make a difference as opposed to just 1. Let's just do 1 for now for weight's sake. And these ones are at least extremely easy to attach. So now this one needs to go backwards, and this one goes forwards. All right, I don't have any upwards force on this thing, but let's just see if this thing's capable of going faster because we're just plain lighter. All right, we're definitely back heavy. Oh, okay. Okay, well, we have an answer. We definitely have an answer. I don't have steering on this thing. I always forget to add the steering. All right, well, this thing definitely goes faster, so that's a good sign. Now, what do? Now we need wings. Where is our center of mass? That is a bit of a problem. Should we add some mass up in the front? Because our center of mass is way back here. That's where we want our lift, essentially. So I'd pretty much be having my wings, like, even here is in front of my center of mass. Is that too low for lift? That might be too low for lift. I don't know. I'll try it anyway. All right, so I do need just a little bit more weight near the front. It's gonna add 2 30-kilogram weights up here. Where does that put our center of mass? Look at that, center of mass just in front of the wings. That's actually good. That's perfect. All right, here we go. Looks like our wings are good. They're not hitting the ground. Here, let's just try to go straight and see if we have any lift. Ooh, okay. We have a problem. Our center of thrust. Oh, we're flying. Wait. I'm doing it. I have a flying car. I actually have a flying car. Oh, pitch up, pitch up. It's working. It's working because of the seat controls. Oh, yeah. The air controls work. I have a flying car. I built a flying... I wasn't expecting to... Uh-oh. Oh. I wasn't expecting to get a flying car this quickly. And I mean, I've been at this for an hour and a half, but I meant in the same episode that I started experimenting with flight. Okay, so the main thing right now is our center of thrust is high, as you can see. So I honestly feel, but it levels, once I start going, it actually levels out really well. So that is a reason to move my center of lift forward. But that's not ideal because then we are affected by our speed through the air. The faster we go through the air, the more affected our imbalance is because they're offset with each other. I'll get more lift in the front if I go faster, and that'll help cancel out the lift in the back, or the thrust in the back, but I don't want it to be dependent on my speed. Ideally, we would have our center of mass directly in front of our center of thrust, but getting my mass up there is kind of like, I don't know how I would do that. This is crazy, though. This is crazy that this is actually working. What else is crazy is I don't even have vertical stabilizer or anything, but I think my propellers being in the back are working as stabilizers because they have so much drag. All right, you know what? I saw a comment on the previous video. Someone was challenging me to get there's apparently a spawn point on top of one of these buildings, and they were challenging me to get a spawn point. So I'm assuming it's the tallest building. So let's go up here. Oh my goodness. Oh, there's a helipad. All right, when I slow down, it becomes terrible. Oh, go back up, go back up. As soon as I slow down, that happens. We get too much lift up in the front. So that is a reason not to add more lift in the front. All right, how do we turn around? There we go. We got to go towards the helipad. My camera's not agreeing with me right now. Okay, here we go. I can't soar with this thing, unfortunately. There it is. For that person that left that comment, new spawn point discovered, helipad. I can't believe I survived that landing pretty well. I lost something, a part somewhere. I have all my wheels. I have all of my propellers. I have both my engines. I have all my wings. I don't know what I actually lost. I heard something fall off, but couldn't have been that important. All right, now I can spawn up here whenever I want. That's gonna be actually super useful. What about this little city over here? Anything on these buildings? All right, so when I'm pitching down, I don't actually go down very well until I slow down, and then this happens. So that's kind of weird. And it looks like not much on these buildings over here. All right, let's try to come in for a nice landing. Yeah, see, it's just, doing the throttle is so bad. That was not a nice landing. This is not set up for slow speeds. All right, so I'm gonna do an experiment here. I wanna put some of those fins, these fins on, and see if that does anything. So this will be vertical drag. Now I want some horizontal as well. Okay, so I don't know if this is gonna work. I'm hoping that's gonna help me be able to just like go, you know? All right, come on, get up in the air, there we go. All right, so now if I pitch down, I don't know, it feels kind of like I have more pitch control. If I pitch down, it did the thing again. That's a big problem though, that right there. I don't know if I could realistically build a tail that doesn't conflict, because I do have like a literal 1 block gap, like right here. So if I actually build something through here, is this going to have collisions? That looks like it's gonna have collisions. Let's just do a quick test with that right there. Oh, nothing's falling apart. All right, I'm gonna give myself a tail. All right, how's that look for a tail? 91% on these, 100% on these. I think it looks pretty good. Let's see if this affects my ability to fly straighter and not spin out. Okay, can I do some of these maneuvers? I did seem to not do the like flip over thing. This is feeling a lot easier actually to stabilize out. You know what? This might actually be really good. The issue is just at slow speeds. This is actually way more stable. This is noticeably, especially like when I stop, I straighten out a lot more, and I don't do that flip around thing that I was doing before. So this definitely did help with that. This is nice. We have a flying car. All right, so let's test out a flying car. Let's see if we can have a better time trying to actually land on the runway. Obviously, last time I stalled out and I did like that right there, but I'm able to counteract that a lot easier now. All right, so we're gonna do like a bank around and behind, like this, and then go in this direction. There we go, and then just kind of go down. And there we go. I'm not very good at driving on the ground. It tilts me forward. I still have the center of thrust issue. But other than the center of thrust issue, we are... Dang it, I was trying to do a trick. We are like really easy to drive. Or fly, rather. Yeah, it does make taking off awkward. Also, the camera is very bad in a lot of cases. There we go. All right, go down. Oh, look at that. We made it under the bridge. All right. All right, let's see if we can get a good landing up here. Whoa. Look at that. Not bad. What did we lose? Just one of those pieces? We don't need that. All right, apparently we're unequal now. Apparently we did need that. All right, so I got myself a flying car. I don't know if I'm doing it right, but it flies and I have control over it. I can take off, I can land, I can go where I want to go. Complete control. I'll even, for the first time... Oh, there's a spawn point up here I haven't gotten yet. Here, let's see if I can actually... Uh-oh, I'm not pitching up quite fast enough. Okay, hold on. We'll just have to do another wrap around here, which is the least favorite thing of the camera. One of these things. Now, you could theoretically make a plane that doesn't use air control like this does. Oh, look at that landing. You can make a plane that probably uses the stepper motors to actually control ailerons and stuff. And I now have a new spawn point again. This is really useful. Yeah. Oh, the takeoff is so nice. So yeah, if you use stepper motors, you could probably... I don't know if you can actually disable air control. Maybe you can, maybe you can't. I haven't looked in the settings on that. You can definitely rebind it, I'm pretty sure. You could probably use stepper motors to actually make ailerons, like do the thing to pitch and roll and have like a natural pitch and roll plane. I don't know how well the game calculates that, but this is just so nice right now. Now we just need different camera angles. We need to be able to like have a nice orbit camera that doesn't tilt with you. And if you could place like designated cameras too, that could be cool. Like, cause I don't know how it would know what first person is, but I want to like put a first person camera view in here. All right, now if I like feather the throttle, there we go. Dang it, lost a piece. That's okay. Let's see how that affects me. Oh, a lot. I can't even take off straight. All right, but I'm happy with this. Maybe I can actually try to build a plane instead of a flying car at some point. There's not a whole lot of difference functionality-wise, but something that actually looks more like a plane with propellers in front could be kind of cool. So let me know what you guys want to see in the future. This was actually super simple as far as the gear stuff goes, but really complex as far as learning aerodynamics. So if you guys enjoyed this, you'll probably enjoy some more you can find right here on the end screen. Hope this video has earned your subscription. Anyway, this has been ScrapMan, and I'll see you next time. Bye.